Hey team, Professor Blowers here. Just wanted to reach out and say hey, how you doing? And also show you our course sites to make sure that we are all on the same page as we start the first week of Excel. So we've got our first 4 assignments that are due this weekend. 1A, 1B, we've got the quiz and the grader. And just a heads up, I'm making this video. I teach a synchronous and an asynchronous version of this class. And so this is for both classes, but the code and some of the materials that you see is for the synchronous class. So just a heads up on that end. Shouldn't be anything too different. This is our course calendar. And so last week, again, yeah, for the asynchronous people, we didn't have a meeting. This week, you've got the A and the B projects, which I'll show you how to do using the eText, as well as the grader and the quiz. You'll see that on Canvas right here. But you'll also be able to find all of these assignments on MyLabIT. So let's see. This is all from course materials. So when I signed in, again, synchronous, it should say the same for async. You click on course materials, and then you scroll down, and you'll go to Excel Chapter 1. And this bit will take, that was quicker than I expected. So here we are, and the A and the B, these are simulation trainings. These are not the A and the B projects from the book, okay? So these are, I mean, they're the same exact things. They're a carbon copy, carbon copy from the book projects. But if you click in here on Canvas, so A, B, it'll tell you which page these are on. And I'll show you how to get to the eText. Actually, 14-day trial, people. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get back to this. So for the 14-day trial, Canvas, and getting signed up for MyLabIT, you need to download the MyLabIT registration instructions right here. And that's this. And again, this is for synchronous, so you'll have a different code. So asynchronous people, don't use this code. Use the code on your site. Copy it. Go to this site, registration.mypearson.com. So going back, go to my site. Click on MyLabIT registration instructions, which is this. Copy the correct code, synchronous or asynchronous. Go to registration.mypearson.com. Copy that code in here. That's my course. It'll have all of the materials that I'm showing you. So that the idea with the 14-day trial is that you can get started now, right away, and then wait while you get the access code, either from the Bellevue College bookstore. You could upgrade access on MyLabIT, that's my understanding, or however you end up getting the access code. So put that in right there, and then it'll say, there's the course, sign in. Oh, I'm signed out. Okay, hang on. There we go. Okay, so I typed it in. This is where it should have gone to. MyLab will sign you out all too often. So apologies, it does it with me too. So you could, okay, there's your access code, there's that. So you can get a temporary access without payment. You're going to want to click that down below. And then hit yes. And it's going to give me an error because I'm the professor, but that's how you do it. So let's see if it works again. Type it in there. All that jazz. Yeah, and it signed me back out. But that's how you do it. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, it should be just registration.mypearson.com to get access to that. Changing gears, I highly recommend this TED Talk from the person who invented the electronic spreadsheet. Let me know what you think on Teams, if you'd like, about this video. It's absolutely excellent. Commercial, on the other hand, not so much, so I'm just going to skip it. So the AB projects. It says A starts on 104. So I'm back to the modules. I scroll down. I click on 1A. And then you upload, when you're done, you upload 1A and 1B back to Canvas. So A and B, Canvas, quiz and grader, MyLab. Just checking to see if this is still working. We're in business. Bear with me a minute. So it says 1A starts on page 104, 1B starts on page 135. So eText is on MyLab. So I'll go back to course materials. What else? Here we are. Okay, so course materials. This at the top is your e-text. This is where you do the A and the B projects. That's why I put it at the very top, because you're going to access it twice per week. Okay, so A, B, how do I do it? Click here. You have to have pop-ups enabled, otherwise you won't be able to see this e-text. Make it full screen for you, and this is it. This is essentially our textbook. This is what the access code, part of what the access code gives you access to. So in order to get, well, let me show you the menu real quick. It's kind of like a table of contents. Chapter 1, we do 7 chapters in our class. And so all of the chapter 1 projects, you do the drop down, you expand. 1A, click here, and I'll bet you it'll take you straight to page, believe it or not, 104. That's one way to get to 1A. And then 1B, you can just scroll down, inventory valuation, 135, as I put on Canvas. So there's multiple ways to figure out how to do it. You could also go to page 104 right here and go straight to the page. So if you know from Canvas it's on page 104, that's one way you can find the correct page for the project. Now, there's another important thing you need to know for the project, and it's the student data files. So I hope 1A has it. I'd have you start with a blank Excel file. This is where you'll be using Excel pretty regularly. So scroll down on page 104. It'll show you, so there's some really handy videos. I would read what we're going to be doing in each chapter and review the videos. But if you scroll down, it says, for non-MyLabIT submissions, here's what you'll need. You just need a blank Excel workbook. So essentially, you just open up Excel. You go to the next page. Let's see here. Give me just a second. And it'll tell you all sorts of various vocabulary terms, more videos, but it essentially says, okay, first you need to navigate to this, and then you need to enable editing, then click, you need to do normal view. It's a project-based class, and so our e-text is like IKEA furniture, or like putting together a basketball hoop. It's like first you do this, and then you compare your screen, then you need to scroll down, learn about all this stuff, take a moment. It's a very wordy book. Point to the right scroll arrow, hold down the left mouse button, and then release the mouse button. Effectively, it tells you what to do to Excel. Now, this is probably one of the only ones that has you start with a blank Excel file. For 1B, you need, I sure hope, 1B, you're going to need the student data files. So you go to page 135, and this will be more helpful starting with chapter 2. But scroll down to the non-MyLab submissions. Yeah, and another blank Excel workbook. Okay, so we'll go to chapter 2 because you might need this in the future. For chapter 2, I'm going to show you how you need these student data files. Hang on a second. It's only my second time using this new textbook. I've been teaching this class since 2017, but this new textbook, there are a few new things. Here we go. So 2A, for Project 2A Employee Training Presentation, it says for non-MyLab submissions, you need O2A safety. So you need files that work alongside the book starting with Chapter 2. You need to download those from Canvas here, student data files. Download them. You'll eventually need to extract them or unzip them, as we once said. And as soon as I have this folder open, I'll show you where the files are, because we're looking for PO2A safety. PowerPoint. Wait a minute, I've got the wrong textbook open. Why did PowerPoint open? Goodness gracious. That's odd. Hang on just a second. Course synchronous spring, Excel. I swear MyLab sometimes. Well, that's the right. I think I had... Bear with me just a moment. I might have had both. I do teach a class where we do PowerPoint. 2A grader. Tree inventory. Okay, so let's check chapter 1 really quick. Pardon me, I think I had the PowerPoint book open. It looks really familiar, and the instructions are like nearly identical, except we use like PowerPoint. Inventory valuation. I'm nearly certain that. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, I thought that might have been worse. So again, for chapter 2, it's not safety that you need. Let's see what file you do need. The same concept applies. Feel free to take my class where we do PowerPoint, Excel, and Word. Ooh, wild animals. Sorry. It was a raccoon. Tree inventory. This is one of the best projects. Okay, EO2A, tree inventory. And so then you go to the student data files, which I just downloaded. Excel student data files, right here. EO2 is chapter 2. And then there's tree inventory right here. So effectively how that works is you follow the instructions in the book and you make edits to this Excel workbook right here, and you're going to split cell, or you're going to split the B column so that you've got the item number and the category as separate columns. I remember that. And you're going to do the average price, so equals that one's AVG. Oh, I got it. Woohoo. Don't forget to enable it. Don't forget to enable editing. This should be sum. The next one, I'll teach you how to fix that at some point. Total items is sum. Average is equals AVG, or average. Median equals median. Lowest equals min. Everything starts with an equals. And then highest equals max. We've got the error because I didn't actually input anything into it. I'd have to do parentheses and identify everything. I'm not going to do it right now. You're going to show me how to do it. So let's see here. When you're done with the A and the B projects, you upload them back to MyLabIT. I'm sorry, Canvas. When you're done with the A-B projects, you upload them back to Canvas right here, right where you found the book page number on, okay? If you want practice on those, you can do the simulations, but those, again, are just for practice, and they're not going to be counted for points for now. Hopefully that's clear. Almost done. So A, B, the simulations, again, carbon copy as the book project. So if you get stuck on a step in the book, you can jump here and get an idea of how to do certain steps, okay? There's also the data files here, so there's other ways you can get the student data files, PowerPoint presentations that'll show you how to do these projects, and videos that'll show you how to do these projects, in addition to various other helpful resources. So there's a lot in here for you to do. The quiz is, let me show you real quick. It's a combination of these mix and match questions and multiple choice questions. And let's have a quick look at my slow site. Ah, Lee, why does it do this? All right, I'll click it again. There's your quiz, there's registration. Let's clear some of these tabs. Hopefully that's clear. Still loading. Okay, so for Excel Chapter 1, for the quiz, let's have a quick look. I want to let you know how many submissions that you get. 3. Okay, you get 3 attempts. I'll take your highest score. And then for the grader, which is really important, you go here, the 1G, These are the kind of cumulative projects for each week. If you get higher than a 90%, you will get a 100% or 30 out of 30 on this project. So you start by getting the materials downloaded. You follow the instructions on the docx document, and you make edits on the Excel spreadsheet document, okay? So I'm going to download the files, open it up. You'll need to extract everything in order to edit them. I'll extract mine to the desktop. And I'll go get that file. Hang on. Excel, Mac OS X. Excel student data files. Where did that go to? Ah, here it is. Okay, so the instructions are here. There's regional sales. So the instructions will tell you what to do. So the first grader is 17 steps. You need to enable editing. And then regional sales, I'll just go ahead and open that up too. But follow these word instructions. Make edits. You'll be able to see which items are worth X amount of points. When you're done, and here's the, that's tree inventory. That's not the right file. Let's see here. There it is. So this is the start of the grader. You'll need to enable editing, and then the first order of business is to change the theme to retrospect. So when you're done, once you've finished all of these 10 or 17 steps, you go back to MyLabIT to the same spot. So you download the materials, you work on the assignment, you upload it once you're finished, and I put mine on the desktop. Then I'm going to get like a 1% because I should get a 0 because I didn't make any edits. But I want to show you how to get feedback. So you submit it for grading. And this is crucial, especially for the asynchronous folks, because you'll want to, if you don't get above a 90%, you may want to re-upload your work and get a higher grade, okay? So, oh, big surprise, I got a 0%. Okay, one attempt. Once you see that, these three dots here, click them, and then click on View Submissions. You really need to know how to do this to get to make improvements on your grader. So View Submissions, then you need to click on your submission, and there's a few things here that are important. First, you can see that you also get 3 attempts here. Okay? But this will tell you on which steps, it's really great, you get instant feedback, which steps you made a mistake on, so you can scroll down, and as it turns out, I messed up every one. And you can click the drop down to see more specifically where you made mistakes, okay? So I will take the highest grade. If you get above a 90%, that's worth 100. Let's see here. Yeah, once you're done with it and you see, okay, so you got an 80, you missed step 13, you missed step 11, you go back, you make the edits, you re-upload it to the same spot that I showed you on the previous page, and it'll give you a new grade. Another thing besides this is this live comments report. Download it, and it'll give you it's basically your grader with comments superimposed on it that's giving you feedback. So it's called a markup report, and it tells you all the mistakes that I made, which is all of them. I made all of the mistakes. And it leaves comments, project errors. I made a mistake here, there, everywhere. So both are ways to get feedback on your grader assignments and improve your score. And that'll take us through, that's essentially it for our course. We have 3 chapters of Excel, then we have the midterm. So, the next 3 weeks we'll have 4 projects due a week. A, B, quiz, grader, due Saturday at 9 p.m. Bellevue time, midnight Eastern time, U.S. So Excel chapter 1, 2, 3. Then you have a midterm. The midterms were the 100 points. It's just like the grader assignments. As in, it's like a Word document with instructions and an Excel spreadsheet, and then you make edits to it. Unlimited attempts on the midterm. You can turn it in as many times as you want, and as soon as you hit 90%, you get 100. Then we've got chapter 4, 5, 6, 7. Same deal, 4 assignments per week, A, B, quiz, grader. You'll have a lot of time off during kind of flex week before finals. Finals will be like the midterm, except it's cumulative, open note, open book, open everything, unlimited attempts, due June 24th, and you'll have more than 7 days with unlimited tries to do that. So this is kind of the grades. This is how the grading kind of lays out for our course, but it hopefully should align with everything that I've just said. There's a couple of discussions on Canvas that are worth just a little bit. If you miss those for whatever reason, you can reach out to me on Teams or email, and I can get you credit for those as well. There's extra credit projects, which I'll announce later, but essentially after the B projects, there's C, D, E, F. I recommend doing the K projects if you want to do extra credit. Totally up to you. This video's way too long, but hopefully it answers a lot of your questions that come up. In the meantime, feel free to email me, reach out one way or another, and I will get your questions answered as best I can. So thank you. Thank you for your patience and sticking with me. I'm looking forward to working with you this quarter, and we'll be in touch. Take care.